It's all about humanity.
And here we go again. Welcome in, everyone. I can see you all joining. For those that are finding my channel for the first time, I'm Brian, the UK Bitcoin Master. This is the Bullish Bitcoin Show on the Bullish Bitcoin channel. Welcome, everyone. Smash the like button. Tweet this out. Do all the normal stuff. And for goodness sake, please, someone let me know in the chat if my sound is okay. We had some issues with my live interview last Thursday. I don't want that to be the case on this show. So while I'm rabbiting, somebody might want to put in the chat whether my sound is okay. Please do that. Okay, for those that are new, finding my channel for the first time, if you're coming looking for financial advice, you found the wrong channel. This is just a Brit who twice a week wants to download his thoughts, if you will, out there to YouTube. Twice a week at 6 p.m. here in the United Kingdom. So do your own research. That is so important. Today is Monday, the 11th of August, 2025. Where the heck is that year going? I would encourage you all to follow me somewhere else. This channel's gone down once already. It could happen again. If you click in the link in the show notes and go to my link tree, it will take you here. You can follow me on Rumble, UKBitcoinMaster 1. I set up a UKBitcoinMaster Rumble account, and I can't for the life of me work out how to access it, so I had to set up a Rumble 1. If anybody can shed any light on how I can literally access that Rumble UKBitcoinMaster 1, that'd be so useful. But for now, I'm literally doing Rumble 1. You can follow me also on my backup channel, UK Bitcoiner. I would encourage you to do that. I would also encourage you to check out show sponsor number 1, excuse me, a great holiday company here in the UK with 200-ish holiday cottages in the southwest corner of the UK. Something for everyone. We were there last year. We're going into a different property this year. They're wonderful. Check them out. Scan the QR code and check them out, and you'll see the reviews are staggering, right up there, near 10 out of 10. Absolutely mad. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. Also, I would encourage you to, if you're near or in Scotland, get along to Glasgow University on the 23rd of this month, which is only a week or so out from now, something like that. They've got a conference up there, a one-day conference with some cracking speakers, cracking lineup. You can scan the QR code or go to Glasgow Bitcoin, excuse me, .co.uk and do check that one out. Okay, so as always, let me see who we've got in my chat. That is very important to me. It's probably the regulars, as it always is, but I love you all, and it's great to have you here. Chelsea Bass is in the house. We've got John G is with us. Eddie Willers, Arsenal Steph, good to see you. Elaine Mrs. UK. Johnny Midas, good to see you. John, as always, my friend. JB Bitcoiner is in the house. Thank you for smashing and retweeting, JB. Appreciate that. Who else have we got? Justin is in the house. Eddie Willers, we've got Yorkie Bitcoiner, Bournemouth meetup Thursday evenings in. Okay, so you're down in Bournemouth. Thank you for being on the live show before that kicks off, Justin. Hull Bitcoiner, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Steve Redding's in the house as well. Welcome in, people. If you want to get my attention, type in UK Bitcoin Master, a space, then a message, and it will light up in orange, and it'll just attract my attention over there. See Frost Flooring, welcome. Good to see you in the chat live. There was something else I was going to say before we got into the show. Oh, yeah. For those of you that have not seen my interview last Thursday with awesome Bitcoiner Maurizio Di Bartolomeo, I believe you say that. He is the co-founder and CFO of Ledon, the loaning platform against your BTC. It was a great interview, and I do encourage you to check that out. Okay, so we better get into the show. That's important. It's blimmin' hot here yet again. Not going to complain, but it is very warm in my little office here with the green screen and all the lights going. I've got 4 fans going on. I'm still flipping warm. So we are going to get on with the show. Okay, so some show articles. Firstly, look at this one. A stranger among his own. How a police officer stole 50 Bitcoin and tried to launder them. And they say Bitcoiners are money launderers. Well, In the UK, a court has sentenced a former police officer who exploited his official position to steal 50 bitcoins. GetBlock AML research explains why even a professional couldn't hide the criminal financial flow that eventually led the former police officer to prison. In 2014, British security services liquidated Silk Road 2.0 and 97 Bitcoin was seized from its creator. The seizure and subsequent storage of the crypto were handled by Paul Chowles of the National Crime Agency, or NCA. In 2017, Chowles decided to steal some of the Bitcoin seized in the Silk Road 2.0 case. He had physical access to the wallet where the crypto was stored, so he transferred, 50 Bitcoin, $79,000 at the time of the theft, to another address. To embezzle the funds for himself, Chowles split the cryptocurrency into smaller amounts, which he then ran through the Bitcoin Fog crypto mixer. So, people, they're out there, even corrupt coppers. And just take a look at the guy. I mean, I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him, truth be told. But there's a little bit of news for you. This one. Morgan Stanley's Mike Wilson changes stance, says we are now in a bull market. These are big players. These are big analysts, and we should be listening to them in terms of how they analyze the markets. And he's saying we're still in a bull market, or we're going into a bull market. Mike Wilson, Chief US Equity Strategist and Chief Investment Officer at Morgan Stanley, Morgan Stanley, no less, massive, announced that he believes we're now in a new bull market. This is quite the change of stance, considering he was previously known for his bearish market calls throughout much of 2024 and even early into 2025. Wilson believes the bear market is over and that markets transitioned into a new bull market as of April. Generally speaking, a healthy bull market allows volatility and consolidation, and he anticipates similar patterns ahead. So it's coming from all directions, people, and the thumbnail of the show we're going to get into. Harvard takes $116 million stake in BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF. Now the universities are getting in on it. Harvard University is likely one of the latest holders of BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin ETF, otherwise known as IBIT. According to a recent financial disclosure, the academic institution held $117 million worth of shares in IBIT by the end of Q2 2025. In the filing from Friday, Harvard's $117 million worth of IBIT shares ranks as the fifth largest investment. This automatically positions the IBIT investment ahead of the Ivy League University's investment in Google's parent company, Alphabet. To be precise, Harvard holds only about $114 million worth of Alphabet stock by the end of the fiscal period. So they're seeing the writing on the wall. So what I'm trying to do to you guys and me as well as regular working class people is understand that we've positioned ourselves ahead of this lot. And every time I bring you news of yet another institution or a nation state or a bank or whatever it might be, public company buying Bitcoin, turning to Bitcoin, that is the adoption taking place. It is not going to take place tomorrow or next week, people. Adoption curves can play out over years and decades, but no doubt it is definitely playing out. And I would encourage you, when we look at the price, we're at $120,141 at the moment, so 832 sats for the dollar. And as this price goes up, that's going to drop, and you're going to get less and less Bitcoin, aka sats, for your dollar stroke pound. So don't wait, people. Stack Bitcoin and stack it now. No financial advice. BitcoinMeister's in the house. Good to see you, Adam. Thanks for retweeting. Appreciate that. Love it. Okay, what else? The first Bitcoin bank in the world lights up in El Salvador, changing the rules of the game. Okay, El Salvador marks a new chapter in the history of finance. The government, through the National Bitcoin Office, has announced the launch of the first exclusively Bitcoin bank worldwide, with an opening schedule for 2025. With the establishment of this bank dedicated to Bitcoin, El Salvador positions itself as the first state to offer financial services entirely anchored to the BTC ecosystem. Now, you've got to corroborate all this for yourself. I'm just bringing you the news that is out there to help you either stay bullish or get bullish, either to stack sats or let it pass you by and look back in a decade and wonder what the hell happened. Don't be the latter, I implore you. Okay, here's another one from the US. Popular convenience store chain Sheetz now accepts Bitcoin and offers a 50% off if you pay in, it says crypto there. Imagine grabbing a coffee or snacks at your local convenience store and paying with Bitcoin. Now imagine getting 50% off for doing so. Sounds wild, right? That's exactly what's happening. Every day between 3 and 7 p.m, Sheetz, a popular US convenience store and gas station chain that has been around since 1952, is running a promo called Crypto, Crave and Save. Yet another case of the adoption happening. And I keep bringing this to you week in, week out, month in, month out, and I have been doing that since April 2018. And if you don't believe that I've been bullish now for over 7 years of live streaming and 8 years of holding BTC, then the archives are proof enough. Go in and try and find anywhere where I was bearish on Bitcoin. I never have, and I never will be. Okay, so let's get to the meat and veg of the thumbnail. Trump executive order opens $8.7 trillion 401k/pension market to crypto. He signed this order back end of last week, and this is epic. 9 trillion. We throw this word. I remember a decade ago, people threw the phrase billion around like it was pocket change. And now they're throwing trillion around in the same vein, and it's not. It is absolutely massive. And I believe I saw something somewhere that said if you stack dollar bills on top of each other, you could stack them all the way to the sun and all the way back to Earth, and that's $1 trillion. Can you imagine that? Absolutely crazy. Nearly 9 trillion, so people can start adding Bitcoin to their 401k or their pensions, if you will. What I'm telling people in the UK to do is opt out of your pension and take the money that your crappy company was taking and investing in crappy stocks, and invest exactly the same amount yourself into your own pension, Bitcoin, that is CAGRing, or compound annual growth rate, of around 40 to 50% per year, instead of putting it in a pension where they say, warning, you could lose your investment. And they say that too. So, Mr. 60, good to see you. So, what is this about? US President Donald Trump has signed a new executive order that will open the $8.7 trillion 401k retirement fund market to crypto and other alternative assets. The order instructs federal agencies, including the US SEC and the Labor Department, to redefine what would be considered a qualified asset under 401k rules. Yet another example of the adoption taking place, people. Jack Dorsey's doing it. His block set to release new Bitcoin mining chips next week. Proto Mining, an initiative built by Jack Dorsey-led block, will launch new Bitcoin mining chips next week that it believes will help democratize the mining ecosystem, said Amrita Ahuja, the company's chief financial officer, in a Friday interview with CNBC's Squawk Box. Dorsey also hinted at the launch on X yesterday, this was the other day, bear in mind, The Bitcoin advocate recently generated headlines for the rollout of BitChat, a decentralized messaging application. The move comes months after Block completed development of the 3-nanometer Bitcoin mining chip designed to enhance efficiency and decentralization in Bitcoin mining. The company aims to become a unique provider of large-scale, well-capitalized mining hardware. Why is this important? Because most people don't understand, unless you're deep down the rabbit hole, that most of the ASICs, the Bitcoin-specific mining rigs, come out of China, okay? And that's a weak link. That's an attack vector, for want of a better word. So the fact that Dorsey's coming out and doing what he's doing with this new mining chip, well, let's see how it plays out. It's pretty exciting in my book. Yet another case of adoption taking place. That's my theme for today's show. Okay, what else? Bitcoin top buyers aren't selling. 118,000 plus, supply remains firm. What have I got to say about this, people? Everyone is bullish Bitcoin. Okay, everyone that's done 20 to 100 hours of research and understands this asset is bullish Bitcoin. I saw that recently the UK, they don't want to open the doors to Bitcoin because they say it's hard to understand. Then do the goddamn proof of work like all of us have had to do, British government. That's the only reason it's hard to understand, because you're too goddamn lazy to pick up a book and read, or to learn from some of the cleverest minds in finance in the Bitcoin ecosystem. It's as simple as that. This is an asset that if you're going to hold it, if you don't learn about it, if you don't learn how to store it, if you don't learn how to recover a wallet, wipe a wallet clean and recover it with your seed words, you are going to lose your Bitcoin. Do not be that person. Dedicate even just 1 hour a week to learning those basic things: moving Bitcoin, doing it securely, moving it offline, understanding the mempool and the fees that you pay when you move Bitcoin. I didn't get that till a couple of years ago, but I really now do understand that if you get your fees right at the right time of the day where you live, you can move Bitcoin for pennies, for just a couple of dollars, for $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, if you understand this stuff. And it's basic stuff, people, which you got to learn. Quick shout out to the show, not show sponsors, the Orange Pill app. I've been part of them. Both of us have got the app. We're lifetime members. An incredible app for Bitcoiners. Connect with them all around the world. If you're new and you want to try it out for a 1-month trial for a price of a cup of coffee, use my link in the show notes. And then when you take that trial, even if it is a 1-month trial, they'll give you 5,000 sats for doing so. So do go try it out, people. It's awesome. I want to give a shout out to Robin Thatcher. He's going to come back on the show really soon to focus stuff for the UK market, but it doesn't hurt for you Americans to learn. I'm learning all about your markets. Learn about the UK markets. He heads up By the Book Accountancy, also known as Crypto Tax Help, because he is a tax accountant, so he'll do anyone's taxes, even the crypto bros. But he is a hardened Bitcoiner, I will say that. So if you're in the UK, it is well worth reaching out to Robin, getting a 30-minute consultation about your personal situation. Whatever you do, tell him you came through the UK Bitcoin Masters live show. That's important. And he'll certainly give you some pointers and some guidelines as to what you should be considering. Janet Yellen's Liquidity, welcome. Yeah, go back to the beginning. There's some good stuff in it, but great to have you here live nonetheless. Okay, so breaking. Bo Hines, Executive Director of the White House Crypto Council, who recently refused to disclose how much Bitcoin the US holds, is stepping down. I have no clue what this is about. They're all out there on Twitter trying to, second guess why. It could be stress. It could be a number of reasons. Don't read anything into it, because you can bet your bottom dollar that Trump and his team are going to put somebody in place that is as bullish Bitcoin as Bo Hines was. He's going back into the private sector, which I'm sure now he's got some incredible exposure being in the Trump administration. He'll probably get an incredibly high-paying job. Okay. Archie from Bitcoin Archive. Look at the CNBC article down there from, where was that? March the 5th, 2018. A decade from now, Bitcoin is more likely to be $100 than 100,000, Harvard economist says. And isn't it interesting? Now, Harvard have just put, how much did I say? $117 million into Bitcoin. So, Archie said, 2018, Harvard says Bitcoin is more likely to hit 100 than 100K. 2025, Harvard buys 116 million at 116K. Everyone gets Bitcoin at the price they deserve. How true is that one? Here's one from Simple Mining. If you don't know who Ray Dalio is, I was having a conversation with family yesterday and they don't know who he is. Firstly, you need to know who he is. He heads up Bridgewater Associates, one of the most successful hedge funds on earth. Ray Dalio revealed a ticking time bomb on the Tucker Carlson show and nobody noticed. He then told investors to put at least 15% of their portfolio into Bitcoin. He said, this will break your brain. Look, the signs are everywhere. If you are not taking a second job, working overtime at work to stack as many sats as you can, these 2020s are going to be looked back on as the golden years of Bitcoin. The second coming, if you will, the first adoption wave. The second adoption wave is where around 80% of the adoption happens in a hockey stick up or an S-curve moment. This is what we're getting from all this data, that we are right in the middle of this golden decade for Bitcoin. And I'm telling you, don't miss it, people. You got this one. Investing legend Gary Cardone said Bitcoin is about to explode to 1 million in 2 years. It will break all the models. Now, he's a real estate investor, deals in hundreds of millions, but he's come across to Bitcoin. I've watched him on several podcasts, and he really does get this thing. Whether he can predict, $1 million, etc., take that with a grain of salt. But this is what these types of investors are actually saying. So I'm taking a bit of notice, battening down the hatches, stacking where we can, and you should be doing the same. No financial advice. Archie again. Less than 1 million people own one full Bitcoin. Just think about that. Less than 1 million out of 8 billion. That's just 0.01% of the global population. If you hold one Bitcoin, you're early. That is an incredibly profound tweet. Now, here's a tweet, tongue-in-cheek, but there's a message there. Take a look. It says, the new £20 note has been designed, but be aware of fakes like this one. You can spot that it's fake because there are only 4 people in the dinghy. I shouldn't laugh, but isn't that true? We see I don't ever watch the news, but you look at the news and the dinghies, they just keep coming. There is no let up to those dinghies coming across to our shores, and the amount of people that lose their lives trying to cross the English Channel is absolute madness to me. But I just thought that was great. There's only 4 people in the dinghy, so it must be fake. Brilliant. I don't know if you've seen this one before. I don't know whether I shared it a couple of weeks back on the show, and if I did, forgive me, but there'll be people that haven't seen it. Look at this one. Listen to Bitcoin Mike. Financial advice. Mike, 892. Buy your wife a fake diamond ring. Use the money you save for Bitcoin. In 10 years, retire. Everyone's happy. I think that is absolutely superb. Really awesome. Well done to Mike there. And you know what? That's your show. Let me go back over to, I've gone back to quotes. I struggle with the memes, if I'm absolutely honest. But I came across this one, and it's profound as well. At first, they'll ask you why you're doing it, i.e. they'll laugh at you, you're mad, snigger under your breath, talk about you behind your back. And then one day, they'll ask you how you did it. And you just say, I literally held strong when you lot were taking a piss out of me, when you lot were talking about me behind my back, when you lot were sniggering when I had a Bitcoin t-shirt on. That is what I will say to those people, because us hodlers, we do have strong hands, and we've got thick skin. We've got rhinoceros skin, which means we can take it when they want to knock us. What do? We just smile and we stack sats. And that's what you should be doing, people. If you want to support the show, there's 3 sats addresses. I've got rid of it because I don't need support. But some people want to support the show. You can support it if you want to send some sats. I've just shown you. But for now, that is it. That is your UK Bitcoin Master live show for the 11th of August, 2025. I hope you all got something from it. Please retweet this. Please share it where you're watching or indeed listening. That's helpful. This has gone out live. I can see it in Rumble. Mouse Jerky said, good morning, Brian, in the Rumble chat. Welcome, Mouse Jerky. Good to see you in there. I'm trying to get a bit of traction on Rumble. So all of you, if you're following me on YouTube, please go over to Rumble and follow me there as well. And maybe now and again pop in the Rumble chat because, you know, ultimately us Bitcoiners realise that YouTube want to shut our channels down. And it's always good to have another channel like Rumble where you're streaming already and you can just carry on streaming on Rumble. And if my YouTube channel went down and you were following me on Rumble, you'd get a notification that I'm going live and we'd have continuity. So that's it. Thank you for being here. Please go into the show after the live stream has aired, refresh your browser and leave a comment because it does help the YouTube algorithm. I'll be back on Thursday with another live show as I always do. Chelsea Baz asked me, and I'll say this to all of you, please go to YouTube and search for Rabbit Hole Hello Earth or Hello Earth Rabbit Hole. This is the music that's coming up to the outro music. There's now a video there. If you go in there and maybe leave a good comment or a good or bad comment to help it get a bit of traction, because Baz is a Bitcoiner and we want to help Bitcoiners get their music off the ground, please go and search it. Hello Earth Rabbit Hole. You'll find it on YouTube. And show Baz's video a little bit of love. We'll be doing that later. But for me, I'm out of here. Have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, whatever you are doing. Come back and join me 6 p.m. on Thursday, where I will be here with another live show. Catch you all on Thursday.